Okay, hi everybody. Oh wow, that's good. I managed to screw that up right out the gate. I gave away what we're talking about. Now I got to
Oh,
figure out which picture I'm supposed to put up here. There's like there we go. Oh, no news is good news. Hi, I'm Michael Anthony Henderson Dorland, or is it Michael Henderson Anderson? One of the two, and or three,
one of
or
those.
something. One of those.
And I'm your friendly
Um,
neighborhood step pope.
You are my friendly neighborhood step pope, even though you're nowhere in my neighborhood. That's
Very
probably
broad
why.
definition of neighborhood.
Well, oh yeah, my mic. I gotta turn this down. I'm blasting everybody's ears. This is what you call when you don't have a producer to run these things. Again, we are looking for volunteers who want to join up and everything. Because one, we have no money. Two, we're incredibly cheap anyway. Three, it is a community and a cult, and since cults are designed to make sure that they extract services and energies from their members for no pay, we want to try to be good at something because we fail at everything else. Uh,
Because failure isn't an option.
it's mandatory. It's definitely mandatory. All right, Mr. Dodson, would you like to go ahead and explain the concept that we came up with? Well, that I came up with and sold you on yesterday in one of my moderately lucid moments that occasionally does happen.
Yes.
So
So we're doing 25 days of no news is good news, where Michael specifically, but me to a certain degree, avoid any real news in the spirit of the season. And instead, we're talking about good news that isn't in the news.
or making it up,
Or making it up.
or
We try not to make it up, but
I don't know. I'm really at the point of that's just perfectly fine because everybody else just makes crap up. There is no sense of reality anymore. It's just how it is. Um, so yeah, the concept is a little bit more. Uh, Actually, I think it was less defined than what you just said when I came up with it. But that being said, I have not watched any news today. I did not look at news. I did click on the YouTube page, my YouTube page, to get in here so I could do this and set this up. Again, request for volunteers who want to do artwork, web design, game management, server management, freaking anything, because there's only four of us right now. We're always open to having more additional people come on board. And do things like produce this so I don't have to do all the setup and everything every single time we do this. But you know, I read some of the headlines, but most of the headlines I saw from the people I normally listen to and watch were how would you put it? Vague enough.
scary.
No, vague
Um,
enough that I had no idea of the real impact at the time. So,
uh,
my buddy system does seem to be working because Dr. Jess did explain to me the Democratic senators leaked text messages yesterday that made me want to bang my head into the desk for a while after our stream last night. But hey, look at this. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. We're doing absolutely great and everything.
that's 2 days more in a row than we've ever done before.
Oh, I think maybe we
No, wait.
actually. No, I actually
There's
think we're.
there's a math problem with that, but okay.
Don't throw math at me, man. Don't throw math. Unless it's money. I have a money or measurements like for construction. I have a real problem with math. Anything other than that, which is weird because I do computers all the time. Anyway, back to the main topic. So we're going to talk about some good news, and so arbitrarily out of the blue, today after being slammed at work because I was out sick 2 days last week, so I'm massively far behind.
Hmm.
And having a tense, moderately stressful meeting about an online class that we're creating for generative AI, which was good. It was a good meeting. It was just stressful because imposter syndrome. I love imposter syndrome.
Yep.
I live for imposter syndrome. So, um, like I said,
I
I'm
walk a
pretty.
fine line between imposter syndrome and Dunning Kruger.
I I I firmly am an imposter. I know that, and I freely admit it. I have no idea what what I'm an imposter of, but I'm sure on some level. Well, I mean, obviously, some people could say you're an imposter as far as a cult leader. I'm like, no, I'm charming enough, and I've got enough riz that I can see. I can hip with the young kids. I got enough riz to carry us through. But at the same time, so I sat down and I said, I'm going to watch a video because I can't watch YouTube, so I'm going to watch a video from my collection. So I dug through my collection. I found one of my favorite movies of all time, which honestly does feel very Christmassy and it does feel very seasonal. And it was a good choice for today for several reasons. And I say good with the heavy dose of salted sarcasm, or maybe
Hmm.
sugary sarcasm. We're going to talk about Night on the Galactic Railroad, which I know, I'm pretty sure I forced you to watch that back in the day when we got on our anime kick, because I remember purchasing this and having it on VHS back in the day. Back when
Mm.
anime wasn't cool and you could only get it at like Suncoast and what Musicland and Suncoast videos, and it cost like an arm and a leg for a VHS tape. So like if you were gonna
Did
buy
I fall
all the
asleep during it?
probably it's really slow. It's very very slow. It's got that
Mm.
music that lulls you to sleep. Bishop Sarah would love to watch it. We should definitely watch it on one of our cult movie nights. It will. It was my friend Steve Lumo would have passed out to it like 5 minutes into it. Poosh. It's that slow. It's such a slow burn, but I love it, and you know I love slow
Hmm.
burns. So basically, it's a and like I said, it seems very seasonal for the thing. It's a show about death. That's always good news, right? Let's talk about death, right? No
Good news.
comments to
Okay.
that. No comments to that one.
I'm trying to think of something witty, but I ran into mandatory failure again.
Well, I mean, death is something that we all share, so it's a failure that we all achieve at some point. Uh, we
Sooner
all
or later.
we all eventually fail to breathe. You know, so that does happen. Except me, I hope, because either one, I'm living in an alternate reality where quantum suicide is viable. I guess you're not supposed to say that word on YouTube. So let's say quantum unaliving. You know what that is, right?
Uh-huh.
You want to
I
explain it?
do. Yeah.
You want to explain it?
So it's based off of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, wherein uh, everything that can happen does. So if there's a major lab accident and it's possible for you to survive, there will be a universe where you die, but there will also be a universe where you live.
Right. But here's the trick on this, and it adds to that with the Schrodinger's cat effect. Okay?
Hmm.
Because it ties into the multiverse thing with the combination of, oh, what do you call it? Observer principle, observer effect. So the concept of, Schrodinger's cat, you put the cat in a box, is it dead or is it not? it doesn't actually achieve a solid state until you take it out and everybody observes that it's dead or observes it's alive. So
Hmm.
the idea is that in a quantum suicide state, you're in the box. So technically, I'm in the box in this world. And so
You
eventually,
are in a box.
I am in a box. And then
Sorry.
eventually, somebody will take the lid off the box to see if I'm alive or not. But
Uh huh.
since it's me in the box and I'm observing the thing, I'm always going to be alive when they take the lid off the box. Quantum immortality. Now,
Observe yourself. You're alive.
it doesn't mean that I will be in the same reality, which is where the multi world fits into it. It just means my consciousness or my understanding of reality shifted. Doesn't mean it overrode the other one, the other me, but it does mean that it just shifted my perception, which can explain the Mandela effect too. Because,
See that?
which at one point, way before I met Dr. Jess, I had a series of MP3s that I collected. And one of them, I swear to God, we had Bananarama doing Ico Ico. And I remember that from high school and everything like that.
Hmm.
But if you go online right now, you cannot find anything about Bananarama doing a version of Ico Ico, except for one article on one website I found where it said that Bananarama did a version of Ico Ico. So Bellstar is the only one that everybody remembers, right? But at some point about 15 years ago, I slipped on a hanger in a hallway when we were moving from a house, and I fell down and I cracked the back of my skull against the corner of a door frame and passed out for just about a minute or so. I'm thinking I actually died at that point, but because I expected to wake up from it, when I woke back up, I was fine. Except because of that, Bananarama no longer did Ico Ico, and I lost access to that MP3. Yeah.
Is that also when Cheap Trick's version of that Queen song?
Oh yeah,
I
that
can't
one.
think of the title of the
Yeah,
song.
that one.
I remember playing Cheap Trick's version of Queen's. I had it for a second. Um,
Wasn't but wasn't Bicycle, Fat Bottom Girls,
no, it
Best
was
Friend.
no. Uh, what's the one they did with David Bowie?
Oh, Under Pressure.
No, no, then it's not that one either. Shoot. Well, in any case, I swear, Cheap Trick. I know they had at least one album where they did covers of things.
Oh,
Um, Don't Be Cruel. And I don't remember if it was that album or if it was a tribute to Queen album, but they did a cover of a Queen song, and I cannot find any evidence to back that up.
Cheap Trick cover album. Let's see. Let's see what they say in Wikipedia. Uh, see. Cheap Trick
Oh, Crazy
cover
Little Thing Called Love.
of. Oh, yeah, I thought they did that and everything like that. Yeah, there's right here. It says Cheap Trick and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Oh, it's
Yeah,
actually
okay.
on. It's actually on the RPG Net forum. And it says that's not Cheap Trick, nor is it Elvis. That's the late great Freddie Mercury and Queen. And then there's a thing that said, did Cheap Trick do a version of Crazy Little Thing Called Love? It's Queen, but Dwight Yoakam did a pretty good cover. Queen and Cheap Trick have done a version of it, see? Stray Cats did a cover. Both have versions of the song, but Queen was the first. All right, so
Okay.
otherwise,
so somebody else remembers it.
well, that doesn't always mean. I said there's one page out there. It could have been that both of you had a heart attack at the same time. And you just didn't pull through, but you didn't realize you didn't pull through.
I did have a heart attack.
Yes, I know you did.
Under anesthesia for a while.
I will say this. If you imagine like yourself in an alternate world or something like that, or if you're like me and you're paranoid and you panic and you are constantly in a worry state, and you think of all the worst things that could happen and everything, if each of those things that you think that you actually happened really happened somewhere in one of those eternal existences that exist out there, there's a shit ton of me that's fucking pissed off because I imagined them dying. So I'm saying it so they don't hear me. Anyway, so let's talk about the night on the Galactic Railroad as our good news for the day. It was an anime show that I'm positive I got you to watch it. Let's see. I even put pictures up here. I'm not very good at doing this because we don't have a production person. We should have a production person because then we wouldn't have to worry about me messing this up. But Night on the Galactic Railroad. It was a book by somebody who I'm going to slaughter the name of, so I don't think I'm going to say it. But I did figure out how to do video on this, so I am going to play the video real quick of the trailer. And you're not going to be able to watch it, Richard, until you actually see the live stream. So let's see if this plays properly. Again, I think that we might want to pay for somebody to come in.
I put a note in the chat to remind anybody who comes in
Actually watches this thing.
to go to our Patreon. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Or at least throw a fit about it. One of those things. So
Kenji Miyazawa?
Yep, Kenji Miyazawa. It's done several. There's been a couple film versions, but the one that I remember, the one I love the most, is the 1985 one, which was animated and replaced all the humans with cats. I don't know how to describe it. I've always. It's just beautiful. It's got a very liminal sense to it. So, this is a movie that came out in 1985. If anybody wants to watch it without spoilers, please plug your ears for the next 5 minutes because, we're just going to talk about the major spoiler. The main character is this kid who's being picked on by his classmates because supposedly his dad wound up in jail for an illegal seal hunt or something like that. But his best friend is like the popular kid in the school, but he's the nobody likes him kid in the school. So they have a lantern festival in their town, and it is a really slow burn. But his friend, Capanella, falls into the river during the festival and drowns. But you don't find that out until at the very end. And what happens is this kid, the main character who runs away from he runs away from the festival, and he's laying up on the hill, gets picked up by this train that then drives off into the Galactic Railroad. Thus the title, of course. And this other
Hmm.
kid, Capanella, shows up in the same train as him. And you just basically, it's a basically like a travel log, where these two characters go down this train system from Earth to all these different stops and stations and meet different characters. And you fairly pick up fairly quickly that they're dead, but you don't know that one of them's not dead and the other one is dead. They talk about the fourth dimension and having access to the fourth dimension, and that the kid who's not dead is dreaming, but the other kid is actually dead. And it has a lot of Christian imagery in it and a lot of Christian pull on it. But surprisingly, the person who wrote the book, he was Buddhist, but he was really fascinated with Christianity. And so he tied a lot of Christianity into it. So there is Christianity in the book and everything. Let me see. I got a cover of the book here somewhere. There's a cover of the book. There's Christianity in it, but it's not presented as the absolute truth. It's just presented as another aspect of the truth.
Hmm.
Another filter, which follows our screen door principle idea that, there's not just one factual, there's not just one existence, there's not just one. And if there is, we all see it differently. And so that's actually could be the case. But in the movie, the train goes on, and they eventually they meet these people who are survivors of a shipwreck, implied maybe the Titanic and everything like that, who drowned. They get off at the stop at the Southern Cross, which is the Christian heaven. And they join all these people. It's very surreal. It's very quiet. The music's very low key, and I think the music is one of the best aspects of it. The 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 thing about it is, I just like trains. I don't know. I just think it's. I just like trains. Doesn't really matter about it and everything like that. Like
Yeah.
one thing is in the book, and I think in one of the other movies, the characters are human and everything, which is cool, and I can get to behind. But for some reason, I think when they use the cat characters, the cat characters really, I don't know, just made it work better. But it's very liminal. There's large open empty spaces. There's large. It's got a very quiet feel to it. It's got a very surreal feel to it, as opposed to like other shows about heaven and hell, or what's the one with Robin Williams in it? The one where he goes to
Oh,
heaven.
um,
You know which one I'm talking about.
oh, I think so.
He dies, goes to heaven. His wife commits suicide, goes to hell. Yada yada yada.
Maybe I don't know.
Is it? Denzel Washington plays his son in heaven.
If
Has an
it's
adult.
the one I first thought of, I never saw that movie, so I sure wouldn't remember it very well. But
Let me see. You sure?
I was aware of a movie. I remember um, Robin Williams talking to Johnny Carson or Jay Leno or one of those. and one of the other guests was a kid.
Oh, what dreams may come.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
What dreams may come, and you're right, because that you didn't go. I didn't drag you to the theater to see that because you had moved by that time because it came out in '98 and everything.
Yeah.
It was also one of the last shows. Yeah, we won't go into that trauma effect on me. But it was interesting because it shows, heaven and hell as being this. There's active things. There's lots of things going on and everything. Whereas this one is very quiet. It's very. You ever watch that Spirited Away by Miyazaki? Okay, everybody's seen
I don't think
Spirited
so.
Away. Okay, everybody but you's seen Spirited Away by Miyazaki. I know that. So the Spirited Away has a scene in it where um, the main character is leading this creature called No Face away from the resort she was forced to work at, and it has the same train type feel to it. Quiet, surreal, a little bit frightening, but not frightening. You know how it is. It's got that backroom vibes without the feeling that something's going to rip out your face when you walk around the corner. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, what was that backrooms game we played where there wasn't anything bad?
Oh, yeah, they had such similar names. I don't know that I could
The
correctly
complex.
identify
The
the.
complex. I think it was the
Yeah,
complex. We got some
that
videos
could
of us
be.
playing it. It was very similar to that, but not as overwhelmingly frightening. This movie's the same way. There's some scenes where the characters are walking through like a train station and there's all everybody's luggage is all around, but nobody's there at all. And it's just got that creepy feel to it. Of course, I guess if you die, it probably would be pretty creepy. So that might be pretty accurate.
Could be.
It's a really good movie. It's a very good surreal and everything like that. And I think a good way to kick off our good news for our no news is good news for the next 25 days is to just pick something that is impactful because of the day it is to me, and something that we should just get out of the way before we get back to the news in a month, because we all know that, they're leading us down the path to that right now anyway. You have any buddy news to report today? You're,
Something that is, I think, I'm going to interpret as good news to me. It won't mean as much to people who aren't um, so thoroughly involved in homeless services as I am. Um, but we've been talking on the website and on the videos about how they're ruining homelessness.
Mm.
And the latest installment in that saga was that they followed through and released a notice of funding opportunity that made all of the rumors fact that they're working hard to spend billions of dollars on interventions that we know don't work, or at least don't work as well as other interventions. And heard today that HUD has revoked that NOFO.
Well, that's good. Of course, they're not doing anything to make it better. Of course, I'm sure. So,
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be hopeful that somebody came along and complained to the right congressman who said, "Hey, look, this is dumb. It's more expensive, less effective, and so completely not on brand with your rhetoric." And they said, "Oh, well, maybe we can do something different." But it wouldn't surprise me a bit if they're just going to try to explicitly call for concentration camps. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, if they stick them in prisons and make them work as opposed to concentration camps and make them work, at least the
It's
optics are better.
yeah, it's still the most expensive.
Well, not if you get them to work for free.
Oh no, you still have to hire security
Yeah, but you
guards
can
and
you can
stuff. You still have to
cram
have
you can cram 30
locked
people in a
doors and
cell.
things.
30 people in a cell. You can hire them out to a company for $15 an hour and only pay them 3 cents an hour. There's profit margins there if you really work it. Not that I'm trying to support it in any way or shape or anything like that. I'm just saying that somebody out
Yeah.
there on the Republican, well, on any Democrat or Republican side who's, heavily invested in capitalism and just making a buck off your fellow citizen, human, whatever, which we would like to
Mm-hmm.
do too. So please volunteer because we'd like to make a buck off of you guys for volunteering to do work for us. So yeah, I did have a buddy that shared some news with me too. Because, like I said, I haven't watched anything, but I had a buddy that shared some news, and I guess it was good news for Carolyn Levitt's relation, who was an illegal alien because they let her go. Because I guess
Yeah, there was
those illegal aliens are okay.
her brother
Her brother's wife.
was in the middle of a divorce and called ICE on his soon-to-be ex-wife
Yeah,
so that he could get custody.
yeah, but she was still an illegal, according to the current definition of illegal. But
Too Brown.
I don't know. I didn't read anything. I just looked at it. I just looked at my friend's post. She just texted me, "Oh, I guess that's the right thing that you can do," and everything like that. So, I'm being interrupted in the middle of a live stream. Hey, everybody. You want to go ahead and tell me what the hell you want?
Yes, I would love to tell you what I want. Mother wants more lasagna, and I want the oven preheated.
Hey, you know how to.
You know what? I bet you could probably reheat the oven,
I
preheat
think
the
you
oven
could go
yourself.
do the oven yourself. Get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, 370. What is it for?
Ever.
Pizza.
Pizza.
450. 450. Anyway. That was good.
You're never going to get rid of your kids,
Well,
They
technically,
can't preheat the oven by themselves. They're going to be in a world hurt.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's the funny thing about that. Okay, and I know because this is how I was as a kid too. Yeah, they can do it perfectly fine. They don't have a problem doing it perfectly fine. They just don't want to because I'm here and I can do it. That's the. You realize I am live streaming, and you're looking like a dang. I'm almost done. I am almost done. Walk away. Oh, oh my God. I love you. I love you too, child. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Um, like I said, I know that they are perfectly capable of taking care of themselves. I think they just like to make my life miserable.
That does sound like a teenager.
Yes, yes. It does, and I know this because I did the same thing, sort of. I managed to, what do they call that? Weaponized incompetence?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of guys do it all the time. Did you know that?
So they say. I've heard.
If
I've
you
heard people complain about it.
if you watch like what's his name's channel, Ben whatever his name is, with
Shapiro?
yeah, with Matt Lauer on there, they're like, I don't know how to do laundry. I've never been able to do laundry and everything. I've never done laundry in my life. And then when my wife says, hey, can you throw a load of laundry in? I'll make sure that I don't do it right. So then she'll never ask me again to throw a load of laundry in. And they're proud of that.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think if you're a man, you should know how to wash your underwear. And obviously, this shows that these guys have never lived on their own. They've probably moved from their mother's house directly into some woman who was like desperate enough to be their mother again and continue to do stuff their mother did.
Uh-huh.
It happens on the other side too with girls too. I remember somebody was saying something, their college roommate wouldn't wash clothes during the semester. She'd just wear them and then pile them up until she went home, and then she'd take them home for her mom to do them.
Yeah, I can believe that. I've known a few college students in my day.
I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's like, so anyway, is that good news? How can we spin that into good news?
Uh,
Wow, you're really
your
just caught off
kids
guard
love
on that
you
one.
enough to um,
Want me to? I don't know.
help you feel useful. I don't know.
That is right. That is good. Make me feel like I'm needed. I don't know how I feel about that. But at the same time, I guess I should take it as a positive. At least they're not wanting me to be around, It's better than like, do you really want me to help you drop that engine out of the car, son? Because, it could hurt because you're trying to do it by yourself. No, Dad, go the hell away. I don't want you around. That probably, I guess if you look at it that way, it's a good thing, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, I can buy that.
well, anyway, I guess I gotta go. Uh, fuck! I'm the cult leader. I shouldn't have to do anything. I should have people doing shit for me all the time. But no, I'm the one that makes the margaritas. I'm the one that does all the shit. I'm the one
That's a very
recording.
service-related model.
Well, I guess I'm more of
That's
I'm more of a priest aspect of it, where I'm serving my congregation or something like
uh-huh.
that. I just need to get like
Yep.
2 or 3 toadies and lackeys who want to suck up to me, who are willing to do anything.
Deacons. The
Huh?
word you're looking for is deacons.
Oh, deacons, not toadies and lackeys. Okay, I gotcha. I didn't know they were categorized in different ways and everything. So, okay. So we actually ran over today by 10 minutes. So largely because of, well, part of it's because we didn't get to the main topic until 15 minutes into the show. And then we got interrupted with the annoyance on the back end and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow we're going to be doing another No News is Good News show. And I'm going to leave the topic of the No News is Good News to you tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll alternate. Maybe we can get Dr. Jess or Bishop Sarah to throw come on and do one or two, of these short little things. So Well, other than that, thanks everybody for showing up. It was a pleasure talking to you, even though you're not here. And I doubt you'll watch it, but who the hell knows? I'm Michael Anderson Henderson Dorland,
I'm Step Pope Richard.
and have a wonderful night. And remember, take our challenge. No news. Cut those streams off. Don't doom scroll 25 days straight, because you know what? The world's already on fire. When you come back and it's on fire, it's still, I mean, it's not going to be that much different than what it is right now. Just, it'll give you a little bit of a rest, I think. Night,
You don't have to watch it burn.
Yeah, basically, it's burning right now, and it's going to be burning when you come back. So take your holiday break and just do something else. Go watch Night on the Galactic Railroad. It's a peppy, warm, fuzzy type movie that, well, no, it's not, but it's really, really good. It'll make you think. All right. Night, everybody.